Hey everybody and welcome. We're practicing bridge pose. The red zone with the chair, yellow zone with blocks, and green zone on the mat.
In the red zone, we'll start facing the chair, noticing that we're not coming onto the mat because it may not be available today. We're going to be stretching some of the same muscles that we stretch when we're in a bridge posture and focus on aligning the knees together. We're trying one side at a time, similar to the approach we take when we're preparing for half bow or even dancer. Notice we'll start with one leg long, dynamically stretching at the knee joint. This is helping us to stretch the polyarticular muscle of the rectus femoris. And then we can choose to hold the posture one side at a time. If getting to the floor is available today, we can take our time one knee at a time to the mat, carefully rotating and bringing ourselves to the floor. We're gently rolling to our side so as to be cautious in getting into the posture. We'll place our hips below our knees on a chair. We may need to rotate the chair if necessary, and we can choose to lengthen the legs here as well, bending and stretching at the knee joint. It is definitely a different posture than the more traditional bridge, but it's helping us to rest as well. Another option for a more gentle bridge would be to take ourselves further away from the chair and focus on very gentle lifts of the hips just a few inches off of the floor. We can open up our chest and our heart center and find ourselves in a nice long spine. We could also choose other variations, such as keeping the pelvis even and moving one leg at a time, and coming into a gentle bridge up and down in a nice slow and steady fashion. If we do choose to come into a gentle neck rotation, let's keep the hips down while we do so. We don't want to be lifting our hips when we're actively turning the head. In the yellow zone, we can also get to the mat safely by carefully placing our blocks nearby and using our core strength to lie down slowly. We can bring our feet closer to our hips and carefully place the blocks either below our pelvis, which would be more of a restorative option, choosing to ensure that we're not going into our low back. Here we can dynamically stretch one leg at a time, moving in a gentle flowing march. If it's available to come into a more intense bridge, we can place the blocks between the knees and lift the hips. We're working towards bringing the ankles closer to the knees and finding ourselves in a nice diagonal line. In the green zone, we'll work ourselves back to the mat carefully and slowly using the support of our arms and find ourselves with our ankles below our knees. This gives us the ability to lift our hips on the diagonal. We can also choose to hold the bridge to engage our musculature in a more endurance-based fashion, and choose not to take our hips to the sky or ceiling, but more so on the diagonal to create length in the spine. We can choose to roll ourselves down one notch at a time, much like you might button the shirt. And there you have it, yoga for one bridge pose using the traffic light method. I hope you'll join me for this entire traffic light series and also enjoy some of our Yoga Medco offerings that are designed to help you live well on and off the mat. Namaste.